driver grid order for today's exciting race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Reed, Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, Perez, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Magnussen, Gasly, Oscar Piastri, Bottas, Stroll, Tsunoda, Joe, Albon, Mayer, De Vries, Ocon, Sargent, and Nico Hulkenberg rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of... I was supposed to post this stuff Wednesday, but it took me a while. But hopefully you guys like this video. But we are going to probably be doing the soft to medium strategy. But like I mentioned before, we're gonna finish up the NASCAR season or our next gen career mode before we do another race of F1. But you may not see us do the Breaking Point 2 every weekend, but we're not going to hold back on that because there's only so much chapters. In the NASCAR Next Gen one, there is a good amount of races. So obviously after this race, you probably won't see us racing another one in this career mode probably till November, December, like I mentioned. When I was in my next gen. So this will be the last F1 My Team race for a couple months. So we'll have to see where it goes. Here we go. So we qualified third. We start on softs. Hamilton and Russell start on hards, and that was an easy overtake there. So we didn't have that strategy though to go from hards to. I think Hamilton's really holding these guys up behind us. And the guy we're fighting for a championship, he's not even in the top 5. Leclerc, he's 28 points ahead of us. Leclerc is. I think we are tied with Verstappen, I believe, on points. 28 points behind Leclerc. I feel like Leclerc, it's going to be a Leclerc Verstappen battle like it was in the F1 2022 game. I feel like it's going to be the same thing, obviously, but we are just managing stuff right now. I mean, you just have to hope Verstappen doesn't get DRS down the straight. I think the reason why, because Sainz is going to hold it back, so I expect myself to come in when Verstappen comes in, so I don't expect us to play our strategy different, because I think on points it's Sainz or Verstappen we're tied with. I can't remember which one, but we also signed a new sponsor. The sponsor said that if we finish ahead of who are in the R&D, which would be Alfa Romeo. If we score more points than them, we get like $200,000, I believe. So luckily, we know how to score points unlike Alfa Romeo because they didn't even start in the top 10. So that's good for us, I think. So I think above them was Haas. I could be wrong, but I think above them was Haas. And we're getting the fastest laps of this race, so I mean, anything could happen. And it was just shocking to me that we were getting the fastest laps of this race. Unfortunately, though, us hitting the grass put Verstappen within a second, so he may have DRS. Or I don't know if DRS is actually active though. I think my radio engineer has to say it's active, but we've pulled the gap away by 1.2 seconds, so I mean, on lap 4 out of 17, Verstappen still has not closed the gap. Still 1.2 seconds. The gap has been that way ever since the end of lap 1. It has closed down in the segment. We have cleared a second off. So before we come pit road, as long as he's not right there with us, you know, we may have a better chance at winning this race. The thing is, Hamilton, Russell, they're going to be on softs once they come in the pit lane, I believe. Mediums or softs, but it really depends. Because they'll probably come in later. Our pit lane window is lap 9. So we're probably either going to come on that lap or the lap after. But Verstappen hasn't got DRS to catch us. Like, I wonder if the right thing would be to help let Verstappen close up to us, you know, because if we're going to come pit road with him, we need to see if, and then we could possibly get past him on pit road or something. I don't know if that'd be a good idea or not. Honestly, if we want to fight with Verstappen, we're going to have to come in with him at the same time. Almost 4 seconds ahead of Sainz for third, so I mean, we have a podium car. I just don't know if we're going to get the podium. And honestly, there's not what you want to see, us struggling on the softs. Now all of a sudden Verstappen has closed the gap. So Verstappen is now on the back of our gearbox. I think we wore our softs out. Well, I mean, it's still good, but this is, all of a sudden Verstappen has just found pace. I don't know how. We're not making really any error. I just don't know how he has found pace to stick with it all of a sudden. Well, we don't want to go side by side because that's going to bring signs in the picture. So it'd be right to either let Verstappen pass. But then again, if Verstappen goes past us, I don't think we'll be able to hang with him. That's the thing. So I'm not 100% sure if we can hang with him if he passes us. Obviously, we are going to go defensive.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
And well, that didn't work out the way we wanted it to. Well, that sucks. We just saw on our screen Verstappen we were clear, and then all of a sudden he just came into us and wrecked us. I don't know what was going on there. Battle between us and Leclerc, we don't want to give up on this podium. I wonder if it'd be right to stop earlier than normal to get the jump. I don't know if that'd be right to do though, you know. I'm pretty pissed at Verstappen. If we can't get to him, next time we're on my team, we're going to do something, you know. Like, I mean, that wasn't right, you know. We blocked him and he just side-sweeped us and wrecked us, you know. I don't know why that just happened. I think we're going to come in a lap early, see if it affects a pit window, and what in the world? We are now getting passed by all of these guys. Okay, that's a little bit weird. I don't know why we just got passed on the... Okay, I don't understand why we just got passed there. Well, Russell may have screwed us over here for the championship. Well, I knew we wouldn't have a shot, but you know, we're a legitimate shot to win a championship in this kind of car. It's just kind of unfortunate that Leclerc has pulled ahead. But I think I'm going to do the switchback, see if we can overtake these guys on pit road. I know I have to come in lap 9, but I'm going to come in one lap earlier. I know this is a weird sound, but I mean, as long as we score more points than Alfa Romeo, we'll be fine. But you see Leclerc's doing the same thing. So, and that's the funny thing about it. The funny thing about it is Leclerc was coming in at the same time, and he's on mediums. So, but he has to go on hards. We'll be on mediums. So, I mean, we should still be within a second of Leclerc, I would think. Maybe. Probably not. And Leclerc went on softs. That's weird. Well, he did me on the soft, so he's, unfortunately, I think he's going to pull away. Well, that's unfortunate, but I'm hoping this stop play this out and we get stage points. I mean, we're staying within gap of Leclerc. He hasn't pulled away. We haven't gone like... Verstappen stayed a lap longer. Is that going to cost him the win? Let me look at this for a second here, right? Oh, that was Perez that stayed out. So actually, we would be sitting in P4. So it's between us and Leclerc for a P3. I just don't think we can get to Leclerc, but as of right now, we'd be sitting P4 unless Perez, his pulling away works after staying out. I mean, but it should be a top 5 as of now. We have to get this move done on Sargent if we want to have any chance of getting Leclerc. So, what in the name of... Really? Dude, I just get pushed around like every race. Well, that's just unbelievable. We were on for a top 5 finish, and we just got pushed out by Sargent, who just came in the freaking pit lane. What the heck does he think he's doing? My God. Even Perez is going to get ahead of us. What in the heck? I mean, we still have a shot at a top 5 probably, but, I mean, it was stupid. We were actually going to be ahead until Sargent, like, people are just getting on our bad side at this point. And Russell pushes us off track. Why are people being so mean to us? I mean, seriously. I'm not letting Russell escape. He is. I'm gonna be a little bit pissed if he escapes us because he hit us for no reason. We're going to extend it on him in turn. You know we are. Well, we're not going to get P5, but we're still going to be rooted to P6, even though we got P3. I'm not going to let Russell pass. Watch and see. This dummy's going to... And what do you know? He wrecks. We screw him over. Ha ha. That's what you get. I can't believe Sargent did that. Like, we were going to be probably... Well, we probably were going to actually be in a shot for P4, but, you know, at the end of the day, we just... I mean, still getting points is good, but the question is, where's Alfa Romeo? Oh, Bottas is in 10th, so this is a good thing, though. I know Bottas is in 10th, but the thing about it is, to get the money, we're hopefully going to get the money as long as... As long as someone doesn't wreck us. Like, Hamilton's the only guy that could possibly wreck us at this point. Norris is 1.9 seconds back.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please.
And just to think we were in first and Verstappen probably screws out of the podium. So more than likely, we were going to get a podium had Verstappen not wrecked us. Just the facts, guys. So, next time, I have to remember for next time, but I'm not giving up this 6th position. We need every position we can get here. Hamilton's not even in the championship battle, so I can't expect me to not give him the position. Because like I mentioned, we're 28 points out, but the thing about it is Leclerc is going to score a podium. But I forgot to mention that Sainz, I believe, has passed Verstappen for the race lead. So I think this is good for Leclerc. Because I believe Verstappen was the guy we were tied on points with for second, if I'm not mistaken. So I think Sainz is actually helping his teammate by, I mean, unless it's Sainz that we're side by side 28 points behind, but if it was Verstappen, this is huge for the championship for Leclerc. I mean, he's only going to lose a few points if Verstappen finishes second here. If Verstappen is third in the standings coming in, I can't remember if it's him or Sainz, but Hamilton went for a move that wasn't there. But it's not over. Just coming with 3 laps to go, Hamilton and Norris, they're both with each other. And you clearly see that we blocked Hamilton once again. For Hamilton has had enough, you know. We pushed Russell around, you know. Norris trying to make a move on Hamilton. I'm hoping they could possibly go side by side, so we can pull out of the DRS range for them. I just don't know if Verstappen can even get past Sainz. I mean, he has a whole DRS straightaway, but I'm not 100% sure. Alonso has done good in the Aston Martin sitting P5. Just another, I wouldn't say disappointing day because of where this team is at in R&D, but in my honest opinion, I see this as because people wrecked us multiple times, we did not get maybe like the top 4, maybe we were probably going to get a podium finish until we got wrecked by Verstappen because of how far we were ahead of the grid. And you're not going to like this, but Norris, he is going to go for the overtake. This ain't going to be pretty. And you see how hard we are blocking both of these guys. We don't want to lose out this many points, but of course, Hamilton and Norris don't know what they're doing. They're both trying to overtake us. We're not letting them, you know. But you clearly see that Verstappen is now ahead of Sainz. Obviously, that's not what Leclerc wants, because that'd be at, what, 10 points gain? 9 or 10 points? It'd probably be 9 because Leclerc had the fastest lap. So, this will be 9 points gained from Verstappen in the championship. So that, if he, like I mentioned, is third, that would be 21 points. That'd be 21 points, 20 points, you know, but I don't think Sainz can do anything to Verstappen. As long as Verstappen has it clear, and it looks like Verstappen has actually pulled away, though. So, Verstappen's definitely going to win the race. Sainz probably is going to get P2. Unless Verstappen makes a mistake, which I honestly doubt it. Oh my god, people. Okay. We're not giving up on these positions, you know. We're just going to keep diving on. Russell's up to P9. He's within gap here. Oh, and Hamilton walking up or whatever. That checks him up. Here comes Russell on Norris. sure Russell's probably a little bit pissed that we wrecked him. But you know, he's still going to get points even if, you know, it's not like it's a big deal. I believe Bottas is still sitting in 10th, right? Yeah. I think it's more of a fight between us and Hamilton to score this P6, because he's only got this one straightaway, I would think, to make the overtake if he's going to do it. But you see we're going to block it off. Verstappen will win. We're trying to hold off Lewis Hamilton. We make one mistake, he's going to pass us for P6, and that's not what you want to see, but he backs off the throttle. You can clearly see that we just brake checked him right there so he couldn't get the DRS, or the draft to be right there behind us to make a pass. We get a P6. We do get more points than Alfa Romeo. So it seems like, obviously, our goal is going to be to beat whoever's in the R&D. We're having an R&D beat them points. Seems like that's mainly the whole thing this season. I know we're in the championship battle, but
I feel consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap.
I just don't know if it was Sainz or Verstappen that was in third.
Standings have changed, but it wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. So then, Natalie Bingham, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
Let's move on to the constructors. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
So you see the constructors. Ferrari ahead of Red Bull by 49 points. So Red Bull is closing that gap. Mercedes 107 back. And our team, JR Motorsports, is 151 points back. But we're kind of in the fight with Mercedes. I doubt we're going to get them because our teammate really hasn't scored points this season. So I think our basic fight is between us and Aston Martin. So all we have to do is lose points and Aston Martin to gain points. But really, I think the only way Aston Martin is going to gain on us is if they win multiple times or more. So I just don't see Aston Martin with Alonso gaining that many points because Stroll has only got 4 points this season. But you see the points gap. Leclerc has lost 4 points to Verstappen and Sainz, as Verstappen is 4 points ahead, 24 points behind, and Sainz is 24 points behind as well. So both of them are tied. But now we are 35. Hamilton out by 48. Perez out by 49. Fernando Alonso out by 83. George Russell out by 83. I'd say the points battle is going to be between, I know this is too early in the season to predict, but Perez and Hamilton are still within gaps, so I'm going to say it's going to be between both Red Bulls, both Ferraris, and Lewis Hamilton and myself for the championship. So that's my predicament. More than likely, I know this is weird to think, but I expect Hamilton and Perez to close that gap next time we race. Because like I mentioned, our car is not that good. The only reason why we gained points in Hamilton is because we kept blocking him. Yeah, but I guess that will do it. I mean, we had some aggression in this race. My honest opinion, we probably should have got a podium. We probably should have. Maybe we should have probably raced Verstappen to give him more room, but I think we made a last second block. I wouldn't say that's 100% on us, I mean, in my honest opinion, I just think that it'd be more easier if, I mean, obviously, in this kind of car, you can't just clean race someone. But next time we're back, we'll feature a new livery on the car. So obviously be prepared for that. But here in a few episodes, we're going to get a new teammate, I believe. Which obviously won't be until November or December by the next episode. But like I mentioned, every other week or something we may
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but some
we may post
need to take
post all of those.
developed via the R&D screen.
And you see the retirement announcement actually before we head out. Well, Fernando Alonso retiring at the end here. The next race we come back to will be Canada. If I look at this correctly, right? So contracts. So Cali Mayer only has 25 days. So basically that's... So that's probably going to be after the British Grand Prix, which will be in three episodes. But after we get done with my next gen NASCAR career, we are going to do 2 episodes, I mean at least 1 episode on Tuesday, 1 episode on Wednesday of F1, so it'll be 2 episodes weekly once we get our next gen thing done. As of right now, we are going to have 2 seasons. Obviously this one's 23, but we're going to change it down to 10 because of so much time we have in real life. But yeah, I guess that will do it. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.